What's going on? And welcome, 5 o'clock, Prater in the Ballgame, KTIK, the ticket. We removed the arm rests on the chair we gave Ashton Jeanty because I wanted to give him the opportunity to stiff arm Mike Prater over there like he did the Washington Huskies last year, week 1. All kidding aside, though, we're going to get after it a half hour with Boise State star running back Ashton Jeanty. This is our Dollar Loan Center video segment as well. So shout out to Ashton, your parents. They're fans of Prater in the Ballgame, you were telling us, and we wanted to get that out of the way. Mom and Dad, they're tuning in right now. Ashton, what's going on, man? Welcome. How are you today?
I'm doing great, man. Thanks. I'm doing great. Thanks for having me here today.
Your parents are fans of this thing?
Oh, yeah, I knew we had 2 listeners. Those are the 2 people that listen to us all the time. I love that.
Yeah, they watch all my interviews, like all the stuff. They keep caught up with everything, like really hard. Like they watch everything.
Your parents do?
Yeah, like they tell me about it all the time.
Okay, Prater, we got the pressure on this interview.
Yeah, don't mess up. Don't screw up. I think the last mom we messed up or got mad at us was Tyson Degenhardt's mom. We made fun of her once for being a teacher or something.
I don't know.
Let's behave today.
My mom's a teacher too, so you gotta chill.
How many straight A's have you gotten since Tyson Degenhardt's always talking about his straight A's?
Hey, a whole lot, man. No C's in our house, man.
I love it.
You seem like a guy that cares about studies. You just seem super serious about everything you do. Are you with your classes? No one talks about Ashton Jeanty, the student.
Yeah, Ashton Jeanty, the student, definitely hard worker, just like I am on the field. And, mainly I just, I do it, for my mom because she's real big on academics ever since I've been in high school. She's been on me. She tried to make me take like the hardest classes, even though I didn't want to take them. But I think academics is definitely an important thing to keep doing. And, I always say to my mom, I'm going to get my degree for her. Like I might leave school early, but I'm still going to get my degree no matter what.
I love to hear that. Ashton Jeanty with us here on Prater in the Ballgame. Ashton, you brought us a gift, man.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have, Jeanty, but you did. What is this?
Yeah, some of that Heisman drip, but
Heisman drip. Look at that.
A little bit of campaigning for y'all.
Now, that is the shirt, Prater. Explain. That's the shirt that people will get if they go to the spring game and watch Ashton Jeanty and his teammates on Saturday?
You've never had a freer deal, a better deal in the history of life. And I put my notes somewhere as I was taking advantage of them. But what's available on Saturday at the spring game, which is free, by the way. Oh, there you go. Did you steal that, Ashton? You stole that from me. Parking at 11, gates at 12:30. Stretching at 1:30, scrimmage at 2, and then autographs, I don't know, sometime after 3:30. I would imagine you're going to be pretty popular dude there.
Yeah,
They're going to give away 750 Ashton Jeanty Heisman Trophy shirts, free, by the way,
Dude.
and then 4,000 posters. They got 2 different kinds of posters, a schedule poster with as much information as they have right now because it's not all finalized in detail with some TV stuff, and then some Ashton Jeanty stuff. So, dude, you're giving away gifts to a free football game. That's about as good as it gets, right?
Yeah, I'm a giving guy, So.
Santa Jeanty has got presents on Saturday. What's it like before we get into just everything we want to get into with you today, Ashton? Just being Ashton Jeanty in Boise, Idaho, 136 days from your assault on Georgia Southern coming. But between now and those 136 days, what's it like being Ashton Jeanty? Has it been a whirlwind for you, man?
I mean, it's it's been a great experience. Being here in Boise. I mean, the city's really embraced me even more after I, made the decision to come back. I mean, literally anytime I go to the grocery store or anything, somebody recognizes me and just says how they love that I stayed and, that I'm so amazing for doing that. Like I was literally at, like every time I go to Costco, like somebody recognized me. It's kind of crazy, because I'm just shopping, trying to get some groceries, whatever. Somebody always recognizes me, talk to me. But yeah, it's amazing to be here, and I love the people in the city, man, and that's part of why I stayed.
Yeah, I want to go back to why you stayed, and you didn't say the one word that you really emphasized when you put out that social media graphic. And I don't hear a lot of student athletes talk about this one word, but you said you're here because you want to build a legacy. The word legacy, I think you even had it in there 2 or 3 different times. That is important to you. And it's not so much about football stats and football records. It's about the brotherhood. It's about the community. It's about going out into the NFL and potentially coming back into this community. But I want to hear from your words. What does legacy to you mean?
Yeah, I mean, to me, legacy is just, what you leave behind, how you'll be remembered forever where you're at. And I want to leave behind a trail of greatness here, and, just doing it differently than everybody else is. And I think the culture in college football right now is, instant gratification, going wherever they're going to pay you the most. But I think guys are forgetting, but I didn't forget that, Boise State was one of the only schools that really believed in me and gave me an opportunity. So I couldn't pass up on that. And beyond that is just the impact that I have on the city, and everybody around here is amazing. And it's a great thing to have.
They're even building another Costco.
What and be honest here as much as you can, and we won't ask you too many specifics about your current NIL deal at Boise State, but how tempting were the NIL offers? At the end of the day, if it was $8 billion and you just flat out said no because the legacy was important, or did you and your family have to have some serious conversations?
We definitely had some talks about it, about different things. It was definitely a lot of enticing from different schools. I mean, a lot of, different dollar amounts.
Did anything ever get over in terms of the entire package over $1 million?
No.
Not quite that.
Not quite. But yeah, I mean, I definitely sat down, had talks with my parents, even talks with my coaches, my running back coach. I mean, we just kept it real with each other. He knows how college football is right now, so he said, "Hey, just be honest, let me know." Even Coach D, I mean, he kept talking to me every week, just saying, "I know how things are right now. I know you got a lot of people pulling you in different directions, but I want to be here to walk the path with you, because we want to keep you here, and you're important." So I think just having him assure me that they wanted me to be here was a big deal.
Do you, Ashton Jeanty, with us in studio, Prater and the Ballgame, Idaho Sports Talk. What does Spencer Danielson mean to you? I think I could say probably pretty fairly, if he wasn't the head coach, Ashton Jeanty might not be the starting running back here. I don't know if you heard, we have a teammate of yours, Michael Callahan, who had some really great things to say about you yesterday. You probably love Callahan. Feels like you're just buddies with everybody on the team, but Spencer Danielson, how big a part was this? What does he mean to you, Ashton?
Yeah, a staff appreciation week. So shout out to the whole Boise State staff. They do a great job taking care of us. Specifically my running back coach, Coach James Montgomery, and Coach Danielson. But man, Coach Danielson, man, he means a lot to not just to me, but everybody in this program who's been here and got to be around him since he's gotten here. I mean, his impact has been huge. And you talk about legacy, man, he's leaving a legacy every single day for this program and everybody around him. I mean, he's changed the culture. He's bringing it back to, what it was before. And I think that the way he does everything is just awesome. He does everything with love and passion. And, it's awesome having a guy in the building that, you can really trust that he's going to show the same character every single day. I mean every single day. Like, that's important.
Yeah. The people are very important. And that's why smart people make decisions based on people. But let's also be real here. Your goal and your goal is to play 9 more months of Boise State football and get the hell out of here as fast as possible and go to the NFL. And Boise State has a track record of putting players in the NFL. And if you transferred, you got to take a lot of chances, a lot of risk involved, starting over kind of thing. Put in 9 months, practice what you do, ride the Boise State legacy, and go to the NFL. I mean, does that has to be a huge part of it? The Boise State running back legacy into the NFL, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, definitely. That's part of what brought me here in the first place. But I want to be a part of that. Long list of guys. Chain of guys who came in here, put in hard work, and are going to reap the benefits. And Boise State is running back university. And I just want to be a part of that. It's something amazing. Other schools might be defensive back university, whatever they might be, but right here, I get to be a part of something great, something amazing, and part of the brotherhood, and something that will last forever.
I hope you guys getting chills, Bronco Nation. And if you play your cards right, you might have the opportunity to ask Ashton Jeanty a question in about 10 minutes or so if you call our Double Tap Pub hotline. Jeanty, we're at practice every day, and we know your workload, and I think that was part of the reason you wanted to come back. You don't want to have to go earn everything else in another spring camp and possibly risk injury. Like, where this staff, like you said, they trust you and you can trust them. But how have you been able to get better this spring when you're not playing? We don't think you're going to take a carry in the spring game. I actually saw you get tackled a couple days ago. Was that Virgin on a hit or something? And I was like, damn, Ashton Jeanty actually got tackled in a practice. But how does Ashton Jeanty get better in spring ball when they don't ever let you play, man?
I think you're probably talking about Jake Rip. Shout out to Jake Rip. He's made some tremendous gains this spring, and he's becoming a great player for us. And he hit me pretty hard the other day. And it was funny because Coach D was smiling, and I was like, I see that, Coach D. You like that, didn't you? But I think for me, what the biggest thing is, going into this spring was just mentally, because I have the physical ability. Everybody knows that, coaches know that, but just growing mentally, in the film room, knowing the playbook, like the back of my hand, and then also coaching up those younger guys in the room and mentoring.
You're doing a lot of that.
Yeah. I think that was a big deal, and fans should come out on Saturday. They can't they can't keep me off the field. So I will get some carries.
Nice.
Really?
Not too many, but it'll be wrapped, so you won't get to see me break a bunch of tackles probably as usual, but they'll get a little bit of excitement for the first quarter.
Ashton Jeanty, Boise State running back star, right here in the ropaint.com studio. Appreciate Patrick, appreciate Spencer, appreciate everybody. You're the third one to do this on Wednesdays. We had Luttrell in here a couple of weeks ago, CJ Tiller. I suppose we have to get a defensive guy in here one of these days, or they're going to get mad at us.
Yeah.
We're going to get some fan questions here. I did put out we're talking defensive players real quick. Let me get this one out of the way. We asked some people on social media to submit some questions, and John asked, irons sharpens iron. That's always a phrase coming out of Boise State. So you were just talking about defensive players. Which defensive player is the most one that helps you sharpen your iron?
The most one? Ooh, that's hard, because I think as just the player I am, like, the whole defense, like
they get after you pretty good.
They come after me every day in practice, but as far as this spring, I'd say for sure Jake Rip is up there. Drew Simpson, being a backer, DBs, Ty Benefield, he's
love him.
He's a young guy, but he plays hard. He works hard, and he's competing with me every single day in practice. Like, it's funny, like when we're doing rap tempo, like I'll lower the shoulder on him and he's fitting up, and then we're talking a little bit of trash, but then we're like, good job, man. Like that's what we need to get each other better. And I'll say Marion McCoy.
Yeah.
We talk trash to each other every day, like it's hilarious, but at the same time, like it gets each other going, it gets each other playing harder. So I would say those are my guys.
Ashton Jeanty with us. Do you have, like, if I was to ask you, okay, what's your superpower? What does Ashton Jeanty do on a football field better than any running back in America? Maybe it's a couple things, and we're hearing the Heisman. By the way, that guy over there has a Heisman vote. Yeah. So be nice to Michael Forrest Prater over there.
Hey, that's my guy, man. I love him.
You love Prater? Yeah.
I love Prater.
You're the first and only one. And,
there's always one.
I love it, man. But just, your superpowers as a running back, when I watch you, and I say it's a video game. You give me all the buttons. You give me the spin move. You give me the jump. You give me the hurdle. You give me the stiff arm. It's like I'm playing Madden when I watch you run. How would you see when you watch you play? Well, what are your superpowers, man?
Well, yeah, I would just say is my breaking tackles ability. As a running back, like that's probably the best thing you can do is break tackles. the best running backs, break tackles. They don't get tackled by the first guy. And if you watch my film, when I watch my film, that's what I see all over it. But I think one thing that's like really, I feel like separates me is being a threat in the pass game, able to run routes and get a lot of yards after the catch, breaking even more tackles. So I think my biggest ability is just to break tackles. I mean, it always looks like guys have the angle on me, or it looks like I won't get anything out of the play. But, I come out breaking 3, 4, 5, 6 tackles sometimes,
I have a better answer, not to put words into your mouth in terms of your superpower. And I don't think it has anything to do with your ability on the football field. And every single time we ask one of your teammates about you, it comes up. And we've never had a chance to really ask you about this. Your superpower to me is your lack of ego. And where does that originate from? I'm assuming that's mom and dad and your background and military and international. You've got this exotic background, but dude, I've never met a superstar that has less ego than you do. Where does that come from?
Like you said, mom, dad, I mean, family as a whole. I have a lot of family members who were athletes. And I think since I was young, my parents, they seen my talent, they seen my ability. But a big thing my dad always told me is, to stay humble because he already knew I was a superstar. But, a lot of superstars, they fall off or they stop working as hard because they're so talented. But I'm built different, so this program is about being built different. That's what Coach D talks about every single day. And I think you have to keep that mindset. If you lose that mindset, then you'll lose really who you are and what got you to where you are.
We got Dirk Cutter questions. I want to know if you're going to return kicks or punts this year. I even heard that you can play a little basketball. We got a lot of stuff with Ashton Jeanty coming up. But if you, our listeners, want to ask Ashton Jeanty a question, now is your opportunity. 208-424-9300. Call that number, and you better bring a good question with JP, or he's not going to let you on the show to ask Jeanty. So 208-424-9300. And before we get out of here, JP, before you go to break, would you play the Ty Benefield clip that he had? Or maybe we'll play it when we come back, because Jeanty talking about the battles he had with Ty Benefield. We had Ty on this show last week, and we've been playing this clip ever since, Jeanty.
From the Beacon Plumbing Traffic Studios, this is Ticket Traffic.
Real pain trying to go west before
Hey, it's Maggie and Perloff. When you park your car, make sure you're listening to Idaho Sports Talk with Prater and the Ballgame.
Yeah, that way you can listen to us on the way to work, right here on Sports Radio The Ticket.
Ashton Jeanty live in studio. It's Prater and the Ballgame. This is Idaho Sports Talk. Segment 1 down, segment 2 coming. Ashton Jeanty, how we doing, man? Yeah, you seem like you warmed up a little bit as things got going. Now we're ready for a Heisman-esque interview.
Yes, sir.
I started with this. Just I wanted to get your thoughts on it. Just coming up. Returning kicks and punts. You've been doing it every day in practice. You're one of the kick returners, one of the punt returners. Is Bronco Nation going to see Ashton Jeanty back there possibly returning kicks and punts?
Yeah, I mean, hopefully so. I mean, we got a lot of great guys in the returning room, Latrell, and a lot of great other guys. Breezy's in there too, Sayer. But I think to take my game to the next level, I feel like I need to be a presence on special teams, just doing anything I can to help the team win, because I know I did it in high school and I did it at a high level.
Mm-hmm.
And having Coach Collins come back and knowing his history, his success with special teams, and how great of a special teams they had when he was here, I want to be a part of that. I want to be a returner. And I went and told Coach Collins this offseason when he got here, man, like really consider me, like put me on special teams. Like I want to be a special teams guy too.
Risk reward that fans love, that kind of stuff. And that's kind of cool. Speaking of risk reward, you're also known for, 37 different items. And one of them is the hurdle and doing the hurdles. Has Coach Cutter talked to you about that? And in this very important season for Boise State and for you personally, are we still going to see a few hurdles going on this fall?
Oh yeah, definitely. I just got to be a little smarter sometimes, picking the right situation, when to do it. But I know when guys see me running at them, they don't want to tackle me up high. They want to go for the legs. And, I did get hurt by the one time I didn't hurdle somebody. They hit me on my knee and I got hurt. So it's just knowing the right time to do it. But we'll definitely see that. It's definitely in the bag for this year.
Do you have a favorite play that you've ever made, a favorite run, a quintessential moment? Like, this is Ashton Jeanty, the football player. Maybe a highlight you've watched on tape more than anything else?
Yeah, it was versus Air Force. The screen pass, I think it was like 75 yards, but that was just an amazing play. And all year, like that play has been like huge, like 40 plus yards for us, honestly, something like that. I mean, I did it versus Washington too, like two big screen plays. But the one versus Air Force was just special because all my family was there and they all drove up from Texas. So I had to show out, make some big plays for them. And I just remember after I scored, just going to the sideline, they were just all yelling, and I was yelling back at them, just getting hype. It was just a great moment.
I love that. I love that. All right, let's talk a couple, because I'm so committed to my craft. I did some serious homework today, and I went down to the sandwich bar at the James, and for lunch I ordered the Ashton Jeanty, the number 2 Ashton Jeanty. If I remember right, a little turkey, a little provolone, some peppers, some pickled onions, maybe some sriracha mayo. Yeah. Let's talk about some of your NIL deals, and specifically that sandwich, because it's all about the food. If you ask me, you can obviously tell here. Were those your ingredients? I like the spice. I could use a little bit more of that sriracha mayo. Lather that sucker up. I know my partner over here loves mayo, and let's throw in some sriracha and get after it. But how did you get your own sandwich? And I also heard that your offensive lineman can walk in there, and it's literally right across the street from the stadium, and get an Ashton Jeanty anytime they want.
What?
But something like that. But shout out to Darren for putting together, former Bronco,
Darren Collins.
Former lineman here. He's the one who put it all together at the James. And I mean, I actually went in there with one of their chefs, like told them everything I wanted to have in there, like specifically tried the sandwiches, picked 2 different breads and tried which one was the best. And, we came up with that. And then, they gave me a bunch of gift cards. So I gave them all out to my old linemen.
Nice.
the easiest way to get an O lineman's heart is to give him some free food.
Yes,
You know what I'm saying? So, if you want spice, I'll take you on a little tackle drill, right? So,
no, I'd rather have the mayo. What other kind of NIL deals you got brewing these days?
Yeah.
So Hall Davis Jewelers, shout out to them. Trevor over there. So they're giving me an Omega watch, which honestly I wasn't really too into watches, but I told my parents about it, and they were like, "Oh, an Omega watch." I was like, "Yeah, an Omega watch. Like, what's the deal?" Like, I didn't really know about it, but it's a big deal, and it's just amazing to have something like that happen. And like I said, it just shows the people in this city, how much they love me and are willing to take care of me.
Ashton Jeanty with us, 208-424-9300. We'll get to your calls. We still have a ton of lines open. If you want to get through, call that number. Tell JP what your question will be for Ashton, and we'll try to put you through on this. The car. I'm sorry, Ashton. I know last year I asked you were driving some Dodge Durango. It was like maroon, that NIL deal you had. I heard I heard you got a new deal, a new car with this package. I haven't seen you driving around. There's a lot of nice cars in the parking lot by the Blaymire. I don't know which one is yours. Ashton, tell us about this car. You have it yet?
No, I don't have it yet, but you probably seen all those Ford trucks out there. But yeah, so I'm working with Russ over at the Dealers Autos Auction of Idaho, and they're gonna give me a Mustang. So
nice.
That's coming here soon. So I'll be riding a little speed, but I won't be speeding around. Though. I gotta be cautious.
Yeah. don't be getting any speeding tickets.
No speeding tickets.
No speeding tickets.
What
Coach D won't like that.
Color?
Well, he showed me one right now. It's like baby blue, like royal bluish. So I wanted to do like, once he showed me blue, I was like, yeah, blue, Boise State, the blue. I was like, yeah, I gotta get me that one.
Yeah, blue Mustang, Ashton Jeanty. I love it.
Yeah, that checks a lot of boxes. That makes a lot of sense. Hey, are you a shoe guy? And the reason why I ask is everybody that's a college athlete is somewhat of a shoe guy. We're all kind of shoe guys. Ballgame and I are always trying to outcompete each other. Old fat guys with our Nikes, but we love shoe guys. We love shoes. We noticed, obviously, Boise State's a Nike school. A couple of weeks ago, we did a segment on you when you showed up to a press conference in sweet-looking orange, not Nike shoes. Another company. I don't know if I should say it, but and then we were told that you've got a little foot thing going on. So what are you a shoe guy? Do you collect shoes? And what's your deal with shoes and feet?
Yeah, I mean, I've always been a shoe guy. I feel like I get it from my mom because like she loves handbags. So like my thing is just like shoes. And I mean, I love collecting shoes, different colors, different kinds, Nike, Jordan, Asics, New Balance. And what's funny is our head equipment guy, Dale, every time he sees me in some New Balance or anything not Nike, he be getting mad. He be like, what's those on your feet? But
Speaking of Dale, man, buzzkill.
Yeah. I mean, that guy's been here forever, man.
Gotta take care of those feet, man. Take care of those feet.
But the New Balances, man, like those, I've been getting those lately. They're real comfortable and they look nice.
Let's hit up the Double Tap Pub hotline. JP got 2 through, so consider you guys lucky. Ryan, we're starting with you. Ryan, welcome to Idaho Sports Talk. You got yourself Ashton Jeanty right now. Ryan, what do you want to ask him?
Hey, Ashton, really big fan. I was curious as to what schools had interest in you after last season. I know you were a hot button topic, one of the top running backs in the nation, so probably generated a lot of interest. So I was curious what schools were talking and wanted you to maybe transfer.
What's up, Ryan? So just think of all the Power 5 schools in the nation, but
all 60.
I can't say which specific ones, man. For my purposes, I don't want to get in no trouble.
You took a lot of phone calls, though.
Yeah, a whole lot.
Do you still take phone calls? Because I don't think college football coaches ever take no for an answer.
Right.
I mean, they still try to come after me, but I don't take any phone calls, nothing like that. I mean, give them a stiff arm, you know what I'm saying?
Nice.
We don't want any of that right now.
Yeah, those all. I mean, I think it was Tubner told us they're running out of plates in the weight room for you to squat. And I'm looking at I mean, Prater, look at pythons on this running back.
When we were in the weight room the other day for pro day, they have that big board and there's like 7 different categories. He's the only one that I think was on all 7 of them.
Okay.
He's number 1 in like body ratio, strength, weight, something. He's like number 3 in speed, number 4 in strength, number 1 in this. I mean, dude, is there anything? What's the weakest part of your game?
Yeah.
Actually, I got one. I know. I'm going to ask you one negative question because that's what I do. When you came here as a true freshman, you had a fumble in your very first game against Oregon State.
Mhm.
And then you went the entire season without fumbling.
Without a fumble.
Last year, you had a couple of them, dude.
I had too many.
Yeah, I think you had
Way too many.
5.
North
Yeah, 5.
Dakota.
I think you had 5.
North Dakota, San Jose.
And
Yeah.
nobody beats you up about that more than you do. How do you fix that?
I mean, I think it's just being more cautious with the ball, like in certain situations. Just having it, we call it double in trouble when there's a lot of defenders on you in traffic, just 2 hands on the ball so they can't rip at it. So being more cautious of that. And I think just me as a runner, like I'm trying to get every single yard out there. Like I'm trying to score a touchdown every play. But, sometimes just knowing, all right, don't do too much. Just go down right here. Just cover the ball up, just be a little more cautious.
Ashton Jeanty, back to the Double Tap Pub hotline. Robert, welcome to Idaho Sports Talk. You got Ashton Jeanty with you, Robert. What do you have?
Oh, Ashton, man, I got to thank you for signing a jersey for me that my wife has now stolen. You'll see her rocking that this weekend. Do you enjoy? I mean, I really enjoyed seeing you out signing stuff and meeting people out at the fairgrounds. Do you like the public meet and greets?
It was good, Robert. Yeah, man, I love interacting with the fans, with the community. I think it's awesome because without the community, what is really Boise State football, and what really is Ashton Jeanty, right? All the fans, all the community are, what makes playing this game so much fun.
Do you sign more autographs or take more pictures? And you probably don't carry a Sharpie with you everywhere you go, do you?
I don't know, because most of the time when I do autographs, they also want a picture too. Like if they're not like too nervous and scared to ask for a picture, they're gonna ask for a picture also with the autograph.
Okay.
But I'll probably say autographs.
You
though.
sign more than take pictures.
Yeah, definitely.
Interesting.
What's your plan this summer? I mean, away from football, you guys get a couple of weeks, I think, here in May, and then maybe a couple more weeks in June. And I know 90% of everything you do this summer is going to be directed toward Boise State football. But Spencer tells you guys to sneak away for a couple of weeks and go do family, friends, football, travel to whatever. What's the big bucket list item on your summer plans?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we got to train, stay in shape. I mean, that's a norm. But just my older sister, Alyssa, she's graduating from college, from Texas Southern University. So
Nice.
Going to her graduation, scouting Georgia Southern a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Getting ready for them.
136 days.
Not that we're counting.
Now we're counting, and just, spending good quality time with fam. We're supposed to be going on a cruise to Mexico, but I don't know. We gotta see if that's gonna happen. But other than that, just chilling, man.
Just a couple NIL deals away. Mexico, wherever else you want to go. As far as the NIL game, I'll get you out of here on this. Like, if anybody out there maybe is interested in having you represent them, or you're interested in representing a certain type of product, I mean, they have you here right now. Like, what would you be interested when you do have some time on your schedule after the spring game on Saturday? What do you want to do as far as NIL? And let's be honest, put some stinking money in your bank account.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I'm open to a lot of things. I already got a sandwich, but I'd be open to more food, man. I love to eat. If you watch my story, I'm always posting some food, cooking, or something like that. And I mean, more food from my old line, so they can keep making big holes for me. But honestly, really anything. I mean, we're sponsored by Nike, so maybe some Nike deals would be cool too. But I'm open to pretty much anything.
Last question for me, and it is about the Heisman. I do have a vote, so I am taking notes here. The Heisman, we all know, is a Power 5 quarterback award. you're a group of 5 running back, and the challenge there is going to be very difficult, but you certainly have the head start, the pedigree, the ability to make that happen. How important, not how important, where on the priority list is the Heisman for you going into the 24 season? It's on the list, but how high, how low?
I mean, it's not the highest thing. It's more of personal. It's the highest on my personal achievements, but as far as like my real goals is just to win, for this team to win and make it to the college football playoffs. That's the most important thing to me right now.
That's clearly been the message. Everybody we talked to on this team, Prater, Ashton, all of your teammates, it's like, hey, CFP, we want to make that 12-team playoff and shock the college football world. This has been awesome for us. It's been terrific for our listeners, Ryan and Robert, who got to call in and ask you for a question. Your sports information director, Patrick Walsh, is here as well. Ashton, you did well in the hot seat, man. We tried to break you, but dude, man, those stiff arms are just too tough, man.
Too tough, man.
If we bring in a defensive guy next week, because we've been focusing on offense, who should we bring in next Wednesday?
Ooh.
Which defensive guy would best handle this hot seat?
Best handle this hot seat.
We put him on the spot.
I would say, I'm gonna say Jake Rip because he's been doing so well, but another guy, I think Drew Simpson. I think we need to hear more from Drew Simpson.
He's my favorite. He's my favorite. I love that dude. So.
What about you, texters? What defensive player would you like to see us bring on this show? 208-424-9300. Ashton Jeanty, stay healthy. Saturday, the first 750 people in for the spring game get that bitchin' t-shirt and they get a poster. There's like 4,000 of them, Prater.
4,000 posters, 750 shirts. It's free. Parking opens at 11, gates at 12:30, scrimmage at 2, and then autographs afterwards. Bring in one item only, and or the Boise State stuff, and they'll have plenty of things there. So cool stuff.
Ashton, say, and that's why you listen to Idaho Sports Talk.
And that's why you listen to Idaho Sports Talk.
This is Idaho Sports Talk with Prater and the Ballgame, brought to you by RowPaint.com.